Gas prices are politically salient because they are so salient to our economy. More than any other traded commodity, the price of gas has a direct impact on how much pocket change Americans have to save or spend on anything else.
People are not happy this morning that gas prices are going up once again. In fact, many people are flocking to places like this Arco here in Davis to try to find the cheapest gas prices around. Right now, a gallon of unleaded is going to cost you $4.13. Last week, gas jumped as much as 16 cents at many gas stations in California, and prices are expected to go up another 20 cents in the next few days.
Gas prices go up and down, right? There's supply and demand. But every once in a while, like you saw in that report there's a really dramatic spike. The weird thing about that particular gas price spike in May that sparked that news report was that gas price spike was really isolated. Gas prices went way up in California, even as gas prices everywhere else were going down. And at the same time that gas prices were going way up in California, crude oil prices were going down. And even weirder, gas inventories were plentiful. Gas inventories were going up. There was more supply. There was a lot of gas around. So then why would it be getting more expensive? What we were told is that it was refineries. Refineries were the problem.
Last week, gas jumped as much as 16 cents at many gas stations in California, and prices are expected to go up another 20 cents in the next few days. A petroleum analyst says refineries are at its lowest level in 20 years, and several California facilities that make clean-burning gas are also dealing with repairs and maintenance issues.
Repairs and maintenance issues at the refineries. So crude oil prices are down. Plenty of gas around in inventories, but these refineries, California refineries, were not working at capacity because of repairs and maintenance issues, and so California was getting a giant price spike. The biggest gasoline market in the nation had its prices going way up. They're going down everywhere else, but up in California. That's what we were told. It's the refineries. And there was no real reason to question it when we were told that, right? Because this sort of thing has happened before. A Chevron refinery in Richmond, California, caught fire in 1989. Flames shot 100 feet in the air. 7 people were injured. Gas prices in the area spiked right away, and people blamed the fire. The fire slowed supplies to retailers by 25%. Gas prices in California went up. Refinery goes down, prices go up. March 1999, same refinery, another huge explosion. It was the second refinery fire in the state that month. And you guessed it, after that conflagration, gas prices went up in California. Of course they did. Just this past August, same refinery in Richmond, California, caught on fire. Nobody was killed, thank goodness, but people in the area were told to stay inside their homes with their doors and their windows closed. Drivers were told to close their windows too. 4 train stations were shut down. And you guessed it, gas prices went up. You notice a trend here? That one refinery, that Chevron refinery in Richmond, that has spent the last 25 years catching on fire over and over and over again, that is one of the refineries that we were told in May, with that mysterious price spike, we were told in May that that refinery was offline. So, that's why we had the price spike. The other one was this one, the Royal Dutch Shell refinery in Martinez, California. We were told they were offline for maintenance. And so these 2 refineries being down, well, obviously, then your prices are going to go up. That's what drove up the gas price in California, despite all the other factors saying that prices shouldn't have gone up. That was in May. And people in California were obviously prepared to accept that explanation. History had prepared us to accept that explanation. However, check this out. Earlier this month, McClatchy News Service got its hand on a report that looked at environmental documents, thousands of environmental documents from the point in time when those refineries were supposedly offline. Down for maintenance work, right? Well, here's how McClatchy describes the report's findings. This is amazing. Quote, in May, at a time when Royal Dutch Shell's plant was reported to be down for maintenance for 2 weeks, it appears to have been making gasoline for at least half that time, state environmental records show. Nitrogen oxide emissions had returned to normal at the refinery a full week before it was reported to have come back online. Really? Similarly, Chevron's Richmond refinery was reported down for maintenance for 2 weeks in May, right? That's what we were told. But emissions data suggests the refinery never ceased operation. Shell's refinery in Martinez and Chevron's refinery in Richmond, they were supposedly offline, not making anything, so gas prices had to go up. But at least one report concludes, actually, they were up and running. What, they just didn't want to say so? Everybody knows how supply and demand works. But in this case, if supply and demand do not explain what was going on here. That's a scandal that had a huge economic impact. Were the refinery companies lying about this just to boost prices up and pocket the difference? Does this happen all over the country? What's going on here? And what tools do we have to figure it out if we are being suckered? Turns out we do have a tool. It lives in the Department of Justice. 6 Western senators are now calling on the Department of Justice to conduct a refinery by refinery investigation of what happened during that gas price spike in May, and another one that happened in October.